The year was 1587, a time of great exploration and ambition for the English. A group of intrepid English settlers landed on an island off the coast of what is now North Carolina, driven by dreams of prosperity and new beginnings. They were filled with hope and ambition, envisioning a thriving community in this uncharted territory. Their goal was to establish the first permanent English colony in the New World, a bold endeavor that promised both challenges and rewards. This island, known as Roanoke, held the promise of a new life and untold riches, a beacon of opportunity in the vast wilderness. The colonists, led by John White, were eager to make their mark on this uncharted territory, driven by the vision of a prosperous settlement. They built houses, planted crops, and began to explore their surroundings, laying the foundations for their new community. Little did they know, however, that they were embarking on a journey that would end in one of history's most enduring mysteries, a tale that would captivate generations. The Roanoke colonists were not the first Europeans to set foot on this island, as earlier expeditions had paved the way. A previous expedition led by Sir Walter Raleigh had explored the area a few years earlier, setting the stage for future attempts at colonization. They had even established a small, short-lived settlement, a precursor to the more ambitious efforts of the Roanoke colonists. However, this earlier attempt had been plagued by difficulties, a harsh reminder of the challenges that lay ahead. The colonists faced harsh conditions, dwindling supplies, and hostile relations with the native Algonquin people, obstacles that tested their resolve. Despite these challenges, the allure of the New World remained strong, a powerful draw for those seeking a fresh start. The dream of establishing a successful colony in this land of opportunity proved too tempting to resist, fueling their determination. The new arrivals were determined to learn from the mistakes of the past, hoping to build a more resilient and enduring settlement. They hoped to build a more sustainable colony, one that could withstand the trials of the New World. They brought with them families, livestock, and supplies intended to last for several years, a testament to their commitment and preparation. Their mission was not just about exploration and conquest, but about creating a lasting legacy. It was about creating a new society, a beacon of English civilization in the heart of the American wilderness, a place where they could thrive and prosper. The colonists set about their tasks with enthusiasm, eager to build a life for themselves and their families in this strange and promising land, despite the uncertainties that lay ahead. The early days of the colony were a time of both hardship and hope, a delicate balance that defined their existence. The colonists faced the daunting challenges of surviving in an unfamiliar environment, a test of their resilience and ingenuity. They had to contend with unfamiliar climates, unknown diseases, and the constant threat of scarcity, all while trying to maintain their spirit and determination. Yet, they also found beauty and abundance in this new land, a source of hope and inspiration. The forests teemed with game, the rivers with fish, and the soil seemed fertile and promising, offering the potential for a prosperous future. As they struggled to establish their foothold, the colonists clung to the belief that they were building a better future for themselves and their descendants, a legacy that would endure through the ages. The Roanoke colony was more than just a settlement. It was a symbol of England's ambition to become a global power, a beacon of hope, and a testament to the nation's desire to expand its influence across the world. The late 16th century was a time of intense rivalry between European nations, all vying for control of the New World's vast resources. This competition was not just about land, but also about prestige, power, and the promise of untold wealth. Spain, in particular, had already established a strong presence in the Americas, and England was eager to challenge their dominance. The Spanish had amassed great wealth from their colonies, and England wanted a share of that prosperity. Roanoke represented England's first major attempt to establish a foothold in North America and stake its claim to the riches this new land had to offer. It was a bold and risky venture, fraught with uncertainty and danger. The colonists were driven by a complex mix of motivations. They were not just adventurers or opportunists. They were people with dreams, hopes, and aspirations. Some were motivated by a thirst for adventure. They yearned to explore uncharted territories and make their mark on the world. to be part of something greater than themselves. They yearned to explore uncharted territories and make their mark on the world. The vast, unknown landscapes of the New World called to them, promising excitement and discovery. Others were driven by religious zeal. They saw the New World as a place where they could escape persecution and practice their faith freely, away from the constraints and conflicts of Europe. They saw the New World as a place where they could escape persecution and practice their faith freely. It was a land of promise, where they could build a new society based on their religious ideals. Still, others were drawn by the promise of economic opportunity. The New World offered the chance to start anew, to build a better life, and to find prosperity in a land of abundance. England was in the midst of social and economic upheaval, and many people saw the colonies as a chance for a fresh start and a chance to improve their fortunes. The promise of land, resources, and a new beginning was irresistible. The lure of gold and silver in particular proved to be a powerful motivator. Stories of immense wealth waiting to be discovered fueled the imaginations of many. Rumors abounded of vast riches hidden in the interior of the continent. These tales of treasure and wealth were passed from one explorer to another, growing more elaborate with each retelling. These rumors were fueled by tales brought back by earlier explorers and by the elaborate propaganda of men like Sir Walter Raleigh, who sought to attract investors and colonists to their ventures. Raleigh's vision of a prosperous colony captured the imagination of many, while the reality of the New World's riches would prove to be more complex than these early fantasies. The dream of striking it rich in this land of opportunity continued to draw people across the Atlantic. The hope of finding wealth and a new life was a powerful force. The quest for wealth, however, came at a cost. The colonists' ambitions often led to conflict and hardship, both for themselves and for the native peoples they encountered. The relationship between the colonists and the native Algonquin people was complex and often fraught with tension. The two groups had different worldviews, goals, and ways of life. The English saw the Algonquin as both potential trading partners and as obstacles to their ambitions. They hoped to benefit from trade, but were also prepared to take what they wanted by force if necessary. The Algonquin, for their part, viewed the arrival of these newcomers with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. They were intrigued by the new goods and technologies the English brought, but were also wary of their intentions. They were willing to trade and engage in diplomacy, but they were also wary of the English's intentions and their encroachment on Algonquin land. The balance between cooperation and conflict was delicate and often shifted. The stage was set for a clash of cultures that would have profound and lasting consequences. The interactions between the English colonists and the Algonquin people would shape the future of the region in ways that neither could have fully anticipated. The early months of the Roanoke colony were a time of both promise and peril. The settlers arrived with high hopes and dreams of establishing a new life in the New World. The colonists struggled to adapt to their new surroundings. They had to learn how to cultivate the land and build homes from scratch. They faced shortages of food and supplies. The harsh conditions made it difficult to sustain themselves. They also faced the constant threat of disease and conflict with the native inhabitants. Illnesses spread quickly, and tensions with local tribes were ever present. Despite these challenges, there were also glimmers of hope. The colonists remained resilient and hopeful for a better future. The colonists established some tentative relationships with local tribes. These interactions were crucial for their survival, as they traded goods and knowledge. They also celebrated the birth of Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World. This event was a symbol of hope and continuity for the settlers. However, the colony's fate took a dramatic turn when John White, the colony's governor, sailed back to England for supplies in late 1587. His departure was meant to be temporary. White left behind over 100 colonists, including his own daughter and granddaughter. The community watched as he sailed away, hopeful for his swift return. He promised to return as soon as possible with reinforcements and provisions. The colonists relied on this promise for their continued survival. Little did he know that his departure would mark the beginning of one of history's most enduring mysteries. The colony's fate would soon become a haunting question. 3 years later, when White finally returned to Roanoke, He was greeted by an eerie silence. The settlement that once buzzed with activity was now ghostly quiet. The once bustling settlement was deserted, the houses were abandoned, and there was no sign of life. There was no sign of the colonists, and few clues to their fate. White searched desperately for any indication of what had happened. The only hint was the word CROATOAN carved into a post, and the letters CRO etched into a nearby tree. These cryptic messages were the only clues left behind. These cryptic messages offered a glimmer of hope, but no clear answers. They suggested a possible relocation, but provided no definitive explanation. The colonists had vanished, leaving behind a mystery that has captivated and confounded historians and amateur sleuths for centuries. Theories abound, but none have been proven. The disappearance of the Roanoke colonists sent shockwaves through England. The news was met with disbelief and concern. It cast a pall over the dream of colonizing the New World. The loss of the colony was a significant setback. The mystery deepened as years turned into decades, and decades into centuries. The fate of the colonists remained an unsolved puzzle. The fate of the lost colony, as it came to be known, became one of the most enduring enigmas in American history. It has intrigued generations of researchers and storytellers. It sparked countless theories, inspired numerous works of literature and art, and fueled the public's fascination with the unknown. The mystery of Roanoke continues to captivate imaginations to this day. The mystery of Roanoke's disappearance has spawned a wealth of theories, each attempting to explain what happened to the missing colonists. These theories range from the plausible to the outlandish, reflecting the enduring power of the unknown to capture the imagination. Some historians believe that the colonists fell victim to disease, starvation, or conflict with native tribes. These were all too common dangers faced by early colonists. Others speculate that they integrated with a nearby Native American tribe, perhaps the CROATOAN, whose name was found carved on a post at the abandoned settlement. Some theories venture into the realm of the more speculative. There are those who believe that the colonists were attacked and killed by Spanish explorers, who were eager to eliminate their English rivals in the New World. Others suggest that the colonists might have been victims of a natural disaster, such as a hurricane or an outbreak of disease. Still, others point to the possibility of internal strife within the colony, leading to its demise. One particularly intriguing theory suggests that the colonists attempted to sail back to England on their own, but were lost at sea. Another proposes that they moved further inland, seeking better land or trying to escape detection. These theories, while lacking definitive proof, highlight the harsh realities faced by early colonists and the myriad challenges they had to overcome. The lack of concrete evidence has only served to fuel speculation about the lost colony's fate. Each new generation has grappled with the mystery, offering its own interpretations and insights. The enduring fascination with Roanoke lies not only in the mystery itself, but also in what it reveals about our own relationship with the past. We are drawn to unsolved mysteries because they remind us that history is not a fixed and immutable narrative. It is a tapestry woven from fragments of evidence, speculation, and imagination.